Welcome to our Devos. Let's talk about how to not lose our awe. This weekend we talked about don't lose the awe. And the idea of us even knowing God, having a relationship with Him, having any understanding of who He is, to have confidence, it should inspire awe. That's where we get the word awesome. And we abuse that word. We abuse the word awesome. And so what we want to look at is, are there ways, like how do we stop our hearts and our souls from getting so used to the greatness of God that we don't become complacent in our connection to Him? So the first, and these are all going to be like super actionable all week. So I hope you're ready to take action, instant action. And we'd love it. I know some of you watch on YouTube, some of you watch on Facebook, and we see you make comments on there. I want to encourage you to comment and let us know how this goes for you. Like if you try any of these things and if they help you, because I do believe this is something that could help you. So the first thing is you want to write down what God has done for you. Write down what God has done for you. Now, I have a confession that I am one of those people that I've tried to journal over the years consistently. And I always start, stop. I have weeks where it's consistent and it's inconsistent. And I will tell you, as someone that has journaled and not journaled, and I'll give you a little bit of a definition of what journaling means. I am more focused in my prayer life. I'm more at ease about the things that are going on in my life when I am journaling. And what I mean by journaling is we want to not overcomplicate this. Journaling is simply writing down some thoughts. It's not long entries. It's not a novel. It's not even something that you could say, okay, I want other people to read this. This is just for you. And there's some practices that I would encourage that will help you to keep this simple. But suffice it to say, one of the things that's going to help you get your mind in the right place when it comes to being inspired by God still is by writing down what God has done for you. In Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 12, Moses says, "Take care lest you forget the Lord who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery." It's unfortunate how many times in the Old Testament the leaders remind the people of what God had done. Hey, remember when He took us out of Egypt? Do you remember when He allowed us to cross the Red Sea on dry land? Do you remember what it was like when He provided bread from heaven that He literally baked for us? Do you remember this? Well, remember. Focus and remember. And Joshua will later say, put the word of God in your mind and think on those precepts. This idea of remembering. It's like I said over the weekend, C.S. Lewis said it best when he talked about remembering. And essentially what he says is that we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. And some of you have forgotten exactly what God has done for you. You've forgotten. You've forgotten the time that you were delivered from your sin. You've forgotten what it was like to recognize that you were cast apart from God because of your sinful nature. You've forgotten what it was like to realize that Jesus died for you. You've forgotten that awe. And we have to go back to that fundamental place, because if we start to lose it there, well, we're going to lose it in other places. We're also going to not acknowledge that God allowed you to get your promotion. We're also going to we're not going to acknowledge that God enabled you to withstand your life after that divorce. We also are not going to acknowledge that God enabled you to have your health. You're going to forget those things. So writing them down is an exercise. So I want to encourage you, try looking up the 5-minute journal where you write down 3 affirmations or 3 good things a day. Just 5 minutes, just jotting them down. I'm talking on a note card. It doesn't even have to be in a book. It could just be you writing down what God has done, because one of the ways we lose our awe is because we are forgetful of how good He has been to us.